So from the male purview, most men don't want to date and or marry women who have a past or current of promiscuity.
Yeah, and I had to change in order to attract a good man. Exactly. Now, he has no idea about my past because we've just never discussed. I was telling him, like, you don't need to watch.
He's watching.
But I had to change my ways. I had to say, if I want a high-quality man, I have to be a high-quality woman. And that does not include sleeping with a bunch of people.
Exactly.
It just does.
You attract the people that you're around.
Yeah.
I did want to have a conversation that we were having about this effort component here. Men should put in more effort.
So before they even go on to the next one, by the way, guys, don't forget to subscribe to your boy, support your boy, road to 5,000 subscribers, guys, support your boy. So, in my opinion, I think most men would accept any woman despite her past. One, if they find her attractive, but number two, based on how she's acting in her present, and three, if she's treating him good. Most men, I know most guys talk about the past, body count, and stuff like that, but if a man finds a woman who he considers attractive and in the present, she has worked on herself, maybe she's not promiscuous anymore, and she's treating him good, most guys, you'd be surprised how many guys would let her past go, like just not even care about it. Now, it's different if she's still trying to be like her past.
What do you mean? Do you mean more effort than women? More effort in general? What do you mean?
In general, I hear these complaints frequently from women that men don't put in any effort. Men don't put in effort anymore. Since when have women really ever put in effort when it comes to the initial stages of building a relationship?
Typically, in the beginning, it usually is the man. I just said the man. I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry. What?
I just said they don't. But go ahead.
You
No, hold on. Let her speak. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, because typically women, or some women, like the traditional way more, and so do the men. So, like, the men usually swoon, like you were saying before. That's usually, that's how I was growing up, is the men usually swoon a little bit more, and then they catch the women, because the women are supposed to be the catch. The women aren't, in my opinion, the women aren't supposed to be the ones chasing. That's personally how I've been growing up. And I'm just like, I think that's like the right way. I don't think a woman should ever have to chase a man. But if you find someone attractive and stuff, then obviously put in more effort from there. And just like, if the guy catches your eye.
And I will say, my mom brought me.
I agree with her. Naturally, I don't think any. You're gonna find a few women who got the guts or the balls to actually chase a man. But even the chasing, it's more about they may give you their number before you ask. Or they may say hi to you first, or they may be like, hey, let's hang out sometime, something like that. But they're never going to be like, very aggressive for the most part.
Yep. And my mom is a little crazy, so let's just put that pin in that. She told me, she said, always have a relationship with men that like you more than you like them.
That's true, though.
I've been told that as well.
Because
it has to be the reverse.
Because
the woman has to like the man more than the reverse.
That just does not.
I think you should be interested in one another equally.
That's how it is.
But there's no such thing as equally, because interests and in general, like, there's so many different levels to the loving and the liking. Like, everyone loves completely different, and everyone expresses it in different ways. But it does usually work out better when a man just loves more than a woman, because a woman is already so emotional and is already so invested into everything from the beginning that it's more heartbreaking for a woman to love more, period.
If that were the case, then have you heard of, I don't know if it's exactly a meme, but women will often complain that they have a bunch of men that are interested in them, but the guy that they like doesn't like them. So how could it possibly be the case that women will turn down dozens of men that are displaying immense amount of interest in them, but have their eye, and like putting those guys to the side, but have their eye on the guy that I want him, but he doesn't want me?
Because it's natural to want what you can't have.
Right, but that's whole.
See, I mean, what she just said is true. It's natural to want what you can't have, right? But at the same time, the men, that's why they say nice guys finish last, right? Because the nice guys are already like buying the flowers, dinner dates, doing all the malls, gifts, good morning texts, good night call. Yeah, guys do all this stuff, and then they get rejected or they don't get any reciprocation. So most men are like, this is confusing. How is it that you are chasing after the guy who doesn't want you, but now I'm doing all the things you say you want a man to do, and you reject me? So it's confusing. I think this is the conundrum between men and women, because they claim they want a man who wants them more. But then when a man wants them more, they go after the guy who doesn't want them. And then they call you clingy, they call you're too emotional, or you want too much of their time. Like, you see, it's so confusing.
Hold on, but that totally, then your whole thing, your argument of, well, my mom told me that it's better for the guy to like you more than the reverse, whereas if
but you still
men
have
were...
to like them, though.
Yeah,
You
that's
still
not
have
really
to
real,
like them. It's not about like, oh,
you
you
know,
don't
you
like them
know.
at all.
But you just made the argument that the guy has to like you
no,
more.
It works out better.
More.
But it doesn't matter how much. It's like it could be a little bit more. It could be like it's just about the expression and the investment, and women are already more invested from the start.
That's not true.
It's not true at all.
That's not typically
Okay,
true.
well, let me
Women-
ask you
That's
this.
not true. Men invest more at the start, whether it's, hey, how you doing, approaching, can I get your number, making date plans, paying for the date, sometimes even picking her up, dropping her off. All she has to do is show up, eat the food, take the drinks, have some conversation, and go back. And then again, she'll wait for you to do that couple times, and until she feels comfortable and safe with you. If you're lucky, you get a pick. So the man is already investing. She's not. Besides, she may have like 5 more other guys who are doing the same for her. You feel me? So the man is at a disadvantage from the start.
I don't think you understand the degree of sexual optionality that women have compared to men.
I actually understand it quite
Brian,
a
let me ask
bit.
you-
Well,
Remember,
okay, fine. You
I've
understand.
dated a lot of people at a time.
Okay, cool. You're making my argument for me. So, since women
Yeah,
have...
but we all
Yeah,
liked
can you
each
stop
other.
interrupting? So, because women have... Can somebody... This is the second time somebody's phone has
That's-
gone off.
That's just my alarm. Sorry. Turn off my alarm. I silenced my phone.
Yeah. All right, so... totally lost my train of thought.
About the argument that men
And then she
have
was
to
saying that
love
she's been
women.
with multiple partners at once, and you
Well,
said that that's... I was just saying that.
I
you
lost my
said-
train of thought because of the alarm. Can somebody
You had a thought.
Well, let me ask you.
jumpstart me here?
Let me ask
no,
you.
no. Don't ask me. Jumpstart my thought.
That the women or that
man should
the
like-
man
That
should
the-
like
said
them.
if
She
you-
said
to your
that the
point
women is more
further-
invested in the men in the beginning of the relationship, and you were saying that's not typically true. And then she
Yes.
was saying how her mom was saying that. What did your mom say?
Well, that was first. That was first, and then
She was
I
just
said
saying
the
you
whole
were saying
rest.
how women have multiple
I
options.
was talking about...
Oh, yeah, the
Yeah, I was
options.
talking about sexual optionality. So
Yes.
there's such a massive gulf and differential between the sexual optionality that men and women have. So an average woman, if she's so inclined, she could have the same the same amount quantity of sexual options as like an A-list celebrity, male athlete, movie star, musician,
Yeah.
billionaire,
Yeah.
etc. Average girl like you, you're a 19-year-old girl who goes to UCSB who studies math. You have the equivalent sexual optionality as an A-list celebrity, movie star,
Yeah.
whatever, what have you. If you wanted to sleep with 3 guys a day, could you?
Yeah, but I
You
would.
well,
I-
right. You maybe wouldn't want to do that, but you could. In order for a guy to be able to sleep with 3 women a day, he has to be in the top 1% of men or be bringing major status.
or lower standards.
Lowering standards.
Even-
It's
no, no,
about
no, no, no.
lowering
Even the guy who has low standards still has to do dates, has to approach, has to get a number, even then, 3 women in a day, you have to be Drake. All right, the average guy, it's not happening. So I don't know why they're arguing that point.
standards.
Even if he lowers his standards, he can't 3 girls a day.
I have met men who did. I have dated
met
men who
average,
did.
You've met average dudes who can 3 girls a day, even if they lower their standards.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
what's the
and
point
they
of
did
this?
not even lower their standards. All the girls were hot.
What?
Yeah, I have dated men. I have dated men that have a live-in. I mean, a wife and then a girlfriend, and then they have like 3 more on, as well. It's a polyamorous.
Did you hear what
thing.
I actually said, though?
Well, yes, that.
Okay, so to procure
All right, she didn't hear anything you said. So, all right, guys, I'll link down below the full video. But at the end of the day, the average woman has more options than the average man will ever have in his entire lifetime. On top of that, being rejected. Because as a man, just because you approach a woman, get her number, take her on a date, doesn't mean it's gonna ever go to a relationship. Doesn't mean you're ever gonna be intimate. Doesn't, like, as a man, you have to be ready for those losses. You have to be ready to talk to like 100 women to be able to go to a date with 3, and maybe 1 even kind of likes you. The most of them will either right out reject you or waste your time, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, women have more options than men. That's just nature. That's what it is. Full link down below to whatever podcast. Shout out to Brian. Till next time. Peace.